Hello and welcome to Optimal Game State. Today we're back doing the weekly or the monthly free miniature from Warhammer. So I went into my local Warhammer store. It was delayed by a week, but they had it this Saturday, and I cut it out of sprue, assembled it there, and then brought it home, and then did a little bit of tidy up because you only have the GW cutters when you're in there. I'm doing something a little bit strange today. So this is the model. So you can see I've done a chunk of work on him already. So I've given him a base. This is a green stuff roller, some brown stuff, and it's just a kind of a standard way of painting it that I do for all of my undead. So it's undercoat black, do a turquoise dry brush over it, and then a couple of greys. Yeah, so it's nothing particularly fancy, but it's the way I do all my undead, so they all kind of unify and come together. As you can see, I've done colors here. So I undercoated this model white, and then I did I took some of the contrast I have. So I've got the leviathan purple, I think, and I airbrushed from the side. Now you don't necessarily have to airbrush it; you could just paint it on. Would be a little bit trickier, obviously, for what about show. Then from underneath, I did the same with a blue, and then from up above, I did the same with a magenta, the magenta ink in this case. So there's a bit of a fade going on here. So it fades from blue on the other side to a purple from the side, and then up to this magenta pink color. What we're gonna try do is we are gonna try retain as much of this undercoat as we can while still applying colors onto the model. So this is something that, and I'll link these in the video description. So Ninjon has been talking about, and he was inspired by Craft World Studio in particular. Craft World Studio are a pair of legit artists. The way they paint is absolutely amazing. It's just full of colors, but it is more a, would you say, an impressionist style? Like their metals, for example, have yellows, blues, reds, and it's just the color balance across it all. It's kind of a thing where if you kind of squint, it looks amazing. And when you open your eyes and look at it, it looks even more amazing because it just is. But just the way they've got such saturation and different colors all mixed in, as I said, there will be links in the notes. So what Ninjon was trying in one of his videos was this idea. So of having kind of vibrant colors and a kind of layer of colors, and then over painting over it. So he did a fantastic. He's done two videos on it so far, I think. He did a fantastic Khemri model where it's like a rainbow all the way up. So he painted it white. He then did contrast blending. So he didn't airbrush it. He just painted contrast on in the next layer. So I think it went from, did it go from a blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, like it's a rainbow effect going all the way up, and he's got it at a slight angle, and then basically he's painting the layers over it, but you can kind of still see the effect going through. Anyway, that's what we're going to try to do here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try take some of these. So it's Ionrach Skin, so it's just kind of a greeny, fleshy color, into Ionrach Flesh, and then Pallid Wych Flesh. And we're going to try, I guess there's kind of two ways to approach this, and I'm a little nervous about this because I haven't tried to style painting before. One of the ways is to use kind of tin glazes, so you'll still see, you'll get one of these colors as we're going to paint onto it for the skin, but you will still see the undercoat of the purple or the pink or the blue kind of showing through. The other way to do it is kind of to do bold strokes. So this is much more like how Craft World Studio seems to do it. You kind of see the brush stroke, and it's a single opaque one, and there are multiple brush strokes. So if I was to, for example, do a kind of a brush stroke across the face, it would be a nice opaque color, but then to the left and right of it or up and down, you would still see the undercoat. So it's not doing the full model with the strokes, it's just parts of it and still having those underlying parts below it. I don't know what I'm going to do for the kind of first top either. We will find out as we go along. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I am going to cut to some random music and just a fast forwarded version of what I'm doing here. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. At the end, we'll either have a glorious mess that hopefully we'll learn something from, or we'll have a cool, pretty looking model. Probably somewhere in between, fingers crossed. All right.